You've seen the thumbnail, you've heard the snippets, but what if I told you that Lucy Thomas's latest vocal performance isn't just another cover? It's actually causing a massive rift in the music industry. The digital world is currently reeling from a performance so technically perfect that it has left veteran sound engineers questioning everything they know about human vocal limits. When Lucy Thomas uploaded her latest rendition, the view count didn't just climb, it exploded, triggering an algorithmic wave that hasn't been seen since the early days of viral sensations. But as the likes pour in, a much more serious conversation is happening behind closed doors. Reporters and critics are scouring every frame of the video, trying to understand how a young woman from Wigan can produce a sound that rivals the prime years of Celine Dion or Whitney Houston. There is an almost eerie quality to the recording, a clarity that seems to defy the physics of a home studio setup. In a world where we are constantly bombarded by overproduced pop and auto-tuned tracks that sound more like machines than humans, Lucy's latest release feels like a glitch in the matrix. It is so flawless that it has actually sparked a wave of skepticism. Is it possible for a voice to be this consistent, or are we witnessing the most sophisticated vocal production in the history of independent music? The sheer scale of the reaction is unprecedented. Every major reaction channel on the platform is currently dissecting the breathing techniques and the resonance of her head voice, yet no one can seem to find a single flaw. This isn't just a girl singing a song. This is a cultural moment that is forcing us to rethink what talent actually looks like in the year 2026. But as the applause grows louder, the whispers of "too good to be true" are beginning to surface, and the truth behind the recording might be more complex than anyone initially realized. With the rise of deepfakes and voice cloning, a growing number of skeptics are making a shocking claim: that Lucy's latest live sound might not be entirely human. As the video continues to dominate the trending charts, a darker narrative is beginning to take shape in the comment sections and on music forums. We are living in an era where AI can mimic the world's greatest singers with terrifying accuracy. And unfortunately, Lucy Thomas has found herself right in the crosshairs of this digital paranoia. Because her pitch is so unnervingly precise and her vibrato so perfectly controlled, some industry insiders are quietly speculating whether enhancements were used to achieve that internet-breaking sound. It's a classic case of a talent being so immense that it becomes suspicious. These accusations haven't just stayed in the comments. They've forced a discussion about the ethics of modern vocal recording. Sources close to the production have had to defend the authenticity of the session, insisting that what you hear is 100% organic, raw talent. However, the controversy has only served to fuel the fire, drawing in millions of curious viewers who want to judge for themselves. The "is it real" debate has become a marketing engine of its own, but at what cost to the artist? Imagine reaching the pinnacle of your craft only to be told that your voice must be a computer program because people have forgotten what a real powerhouse sounds like. This speculation is creating a massive divide between those who see her as the last bastion of traditional talent and those who believe the music industry has finally perfected the art of the digital vocal. Yet, despite the noise, Lucy remains silent, letting the notes speak for themselves. But the pressure is mounting, and the demand for a raw, one-take, no-mic filter performance is reaching a fever pitch. What happens when the world demands proof of your humanity? To understand why this latest cover is such a middle finger to the establishment, we have to look back at the secret reasons why the big networks tried to bury her years ago. It's easy to forget that Lucy Thomas didn't just fall from the sky. She was once a contestant on the world's biggest talent stage. But if you look at the history of these shows, there's a recurring pattern of manufactured stars and discarded geniuses. Industry whistleblowers have long suggested that Lucy's journey on Britain's Got Talent didn't end in a win because she refused to fit into the narrow, marketable box that producers had designed for her. There are whispers of restrictive contracts and creative disagreements that happened behind the scenes, legal battles that were never made public, but effectively kept her off the mainstream airwaves for years. In the eyes of the major labels, she was too traditional, or too difficult to brand for a teenage audience. They wanted pop synths and TikTok dances. She wanted the great American songbook and soaring orchestral ballads. This latest viral hit is the ultimate revenge. While the winners of those shows have often faded into obscurity, trapped by Diddy, careers and forgotten singles, Lucy has built a sovereign empire. She is now outperforming the very networks that once passed on her, proving that the gatekeepers have lost their keys. This isn't just a successful cover, it's a total disruption of the industry model. Her independence is her greatest strength, but it's also made her a target for the old guard, who are dened if they let an independent artist show them up. The fact that she is breaking the internet without a major label's multi-million-dollar marketing budget is sending shockwaves through the executive suites in London and Los Angeles. They are realizing that they can no longer control who becomes a legend. And for Lucy, the rejection she faced years ago was actually the greatest gift she ever received. Behind that serene face and the effortless high notes lies a disturbing rumor about the physical and mental toll this latest project has taken on her. The life of a viral sensation isn't all gold plaques and standing ovations. Reports from within her inner circle suggest that the road to this perfect cover was paved with an almost obsessive level of perfectionism. There are claims that Lucy spent weeks in a state of near-total isolation, protecting her voice with a regimen that some would call extreme. In the lead-up to the release, rumors surfaced that she had pushed herself to the brink of vocal exhaustion, a common euphemism in the industry for physical burnout. When you are known for being flawless, the fear of making a mistake becomes a psychological weight that few can carry. People close to her have hinted that the pressure to top her previous successes has led to many sleepless nights and a drive for perfection that borders on the unhealthy. It raises a tough question. How much of herself is she sacrificing for those 4 minutes of video? The internet sees the finished product, but they don't see the dozens of discarded takes, the frustration, or the toll that breaking the internet takes on a young person's mental health. There's a hidden cost to being the voice of a generation. And as her fame reaches this new, dizzying height, friends are reportedly worried about whether she can maintain this pace. The music world is littered with stories of young prodigies who burned out or faced legal issues due to the intense scrutiny of the public eye. Lucy is currently standing on a pedestal that is getting narrower by the day. Every note she sings is now a headline, and every breath is analyzed by millions. While she looks like a picture of calm on screen, the reality of maintaining that image in a world that waits for you to fail is a burden that most people would find unbearable. As we speak, a silent bidding war is happening in the shadows of the music industry, and the numbers being thrown around are absolutely staggering. Lucy's latest success has done more than just please fans. It has triggered a massive, high-stakes conflict among the world's biggest record labels. Our sources indicate that at least 3 major legacy labels have reached out with blank check offers to sign her, desperate to own a piece of the Lucy Thomas brand. But here is where the controversy lies. She is reportedly saying no. In an industry where most artists would give anything for a life-changing contract, Lucy's refusal to sign away her masters is being seen as an act of war by industry executives. They are terrified that her success will inspire a mass exodus of talent from the traditional system. There are even rumors that certain hit pieces and negative speculations about her voice are being fueled by disgruntled executives who want to humble her into signing. It's a classic David versus Goliath scenario, but in this version, David has a voice that can reach millions of people without a middleman. The financial implications are massive. If an independent artist can break the internet and generate millions in revenue through streaming and merchandise alone, the middleman model of the music industry is officially dead. This isn't just about a song, it's about who owns the future of music. The accusations surfaced that labels might be trying to suppress her reach on certain platforms to keep her from becoming too big to control. Every time you click on her video, you are participating in a revolution that is making the suits in New York very, very nervous. She is proving that in 2026, the only thing that matters is the connection between the artist and the audience, and that is a reality the big corporations are dened if they accept without a fight. Everything we thought we knew about Lucy's next move is wrong, and her latest social media, breadcrumbs, hint at a pivot that will shock even her most loyal fans. The video that is currently breaking the internet is just the beginning. While everyone is focused on her vocal range, the real story is what she's planning next. Close observers have noticed a shift in her aesthetic and the cryptic messages hidden in her latest posts. There is heavy speculation that she is about to move away from covers entirely to release a project that is revealed to be much darker and more personal than anything we've seen. Rumors of a massive collaboration with a surprising and perhaps controversial producer have been circulating in the industry for weeks. If true, this could be the moment Lucy Thomas transitions from a cover artist to a global icon with her own original sound. But can her fanbase, which is used to the classic ballads, handle a modern Lucy? The risk is enormous. We've seen many artists try to rebrand only to have their careers offed by a public that refused to let them change. But Lucy has always been a risk-taker. Her latest cover wasn't just a song. It was a proof of concept for a new level of artistry. The world is watching to see if she can transcend the YouTube singer label and become a true legend. As the views continue to climb into the tens of millions, one thing is certain. The old music industry is dead, and Lucy Thomas is the one holding the smoking gun. Whatever happens next, it's clear that she isn't just following the trends, she is the trend. The internet might be broken today, but by tomorrow, Lucy Thomas will have rebuilt it in her own image.